Leaf if there's not a coaching infrastructure there. It hurts, but we are going to find ourselves into the Macca's Champ Select, finally seeing some bans taken across the board, and already Pantheon Leona and J4 taken away.
Yeah, Engaged support taken off the board here. Leona going to be removed. Engaged Jungler as well banned away by Order. Giving that one to Praelis is always going to be risky. You know, Jarvan's one of those champions that can kind of do everything really freely and enable your team, so I actually like the choice here. I also just like that, you know, get rid of a champion from Praelis, get rid of a champion as they've done right now that just wins lane very easily, make things difficult for your opponents, and just play your own game.
Lucian taken away as well, finding a lot of love recently, fairly involved in the pick and ban phase, and can flex in all three lanes. I don't think I've ever seen a Lucian jungle, unless you have, but for me, it seems to be one of those annoying picks that can find a lot of value early game, and Rumble being another pick in the top lane, even the mid lane, that's come to fruition with his equalizer being so devastating, and obviously Akali, the #1 go-to.
Akali pretty much permanently banned through competitive League of Legends at the moment, so no one just be surprised when you see those bans constantly. Of course, this is just going to be the hover. If it's locked in, I might dodge the lobby myself as we get our first pick.
Let's see a bot lane priority very early out the gates here from Gravitas, wanting to ensure that they have a strong Misfortune pick, able to flex that in any other regard.
And this isn't a joke. This isn't just he won't pick it blind right now, but that's not just
I'm a fan of Garen.
Swiper loves it. And that's like all he's played in the off-season. He was streaming every day, Garen every day.
But we were having a laugh off stream, right, about talking about skill names and saying, you know, you don't say, look at him, he's going for the judgment, when, you know, he's spinning around. It just doesn't roll off the tongue. But what does is the fact that they've gone from Mordekaiser, they've gone from Aphelios. We're seeing the opening picks here for Order, similar to what Advant had, and they can pack a punch.
Yeah, definitely can. Of course, you see the Misfortune, they respond straight away in kind again. Like we mentioned during the first game, for those who weren't here, these are the 280 carries that you'll see the most of.
Yep.
And now we start to see one of the top laners as well that you should be seeing a whole host of. Ornn, Gangplank, Mordekaiser, 3 of the champions that you'll be seeing a lot of up there as well. Ornn's going to be locked in for nobody, so nobody gets to play Ornn this game. It's just going to be on Summoner's Rift. I'm also sorry in advance for the name Nobody, everyone.
It's a good name, and it's going to definitely throw us off the boat too many times this split, but regardless, that is going to be the pick, followed up by the Olaf, so a composition that wants to get in your face, wants to force engage, just knock up, stuns, damage to make sure bullet time finds value, and the response for the second time in a row is the Brom.
Yeah, which is an even better response in this particular game than any other one so far, right? There's an Ornn on the opposing side. Chuck the door up. There goes Ornn's engage.
Yep.
Suddenly the engage from Gravitas a little bit more difficult to navigate. And so that's one of those things in draft where Order, very good through their first 3 picks, have set themselves up.
That's the Yasuo ban you were highlighting before, so the respect towards what Order can offer. They've done their homework.
I mean, Praelis played with Hayri for quite a while. He should know full well that if... It was like permaban from Hayri. He's not just good at Yasuo, it's like a permaban champion, so not shocked to see that one taken away from him.
I like the Nautilus ban. You talk about Leona being taken off the board already. You're wanting to try and remove as many engaged support potentials as possible. You mentioned before about the shield going up for Braum, obviously denying what Gravitas have so far, so remove more tools.
That's actually really good from the side of Order by the support champions that have been banned, because the Ornn's already been beaten by Braum, right? When you think of it like that, they need to engage through somewhere else. Olaf, Misfortune cannot do that. So now you have 2 options, really, with your 2 remaining champions. You could pick a mid laner that has engaged, like Alessandra, if you want to play that style. We're not sure what Beats plays just yet, but the other option is to dig real deep into the support champion pool and find yourself something that can still engage and round that composition out. Now, this does actually provide a decent amount of engage in the Kiana that has been locked in, and that's a Zyra.
That is a bit of a blast to the past when we had the likes of Brand and Zyra's all coming out in the bottom lane. You find yourself a hybrid AP carry in the supporting role. I like this. Does give you the ability, should a Lee Sin or even a Mordekaiser get too aggressive, they have to be careful because they will be stuck in the web and they will get clapped by a bullet time. But the Kiana, as you highlight in the mid lane there, will give them that ability to contest not only objectives like Barons, Dragons and Rift Heralds, but ability just to chase on down.
Yeah, so for me, I look at Order's composition and it makes sense. It's a pretty well-rounded comp overall. You've got the Mordekaiser, who's just going to be fine in the top lane. Does love to have a whack against tanks here and there with the damage that he gets once the items are purchased for himself. Ornn's always going to be a monster champion and just buffs his team incredibly well as the game progresses. But through the earlier points of this game, you do actually quite like the things that Order have put together for themselves. Mentioned this before the draft, but it was like 7 years ago, so I'll say it again for everyone. Payri was a very good 1-3-1 player. He hasn't gone for the teleport in this game, but he is a LeBlanc. So if he gets the early kills, if Order are able to play around him, they've got a Lee Sin to do it, so they absolutely can, and snowball him, and he just goes to his side lane, the answer from Gravitas is very difficult. The answer is engage elsewhere, most likely, and ignore the LeBlanc while she wins the game.
Yep, you can find themselves getting into maybe a little bit of a tunnel of trying to force hard engages with their ultimates that they have at their disposal. Feeling a little bit ultimate heavy on the side of Gravitas to try and find those desirable team fights is what I'm seeming to sort of deduce from this.
I mean, they're definitely reliant on their ultimates when it comes to the team fighting, right? That's always going to be a big thing that you have to look at. Choke points are definitely going to be a desirable thing for them, and it's like we mentioned before, once the draft finished, look at the Dragon Pit, look at the Baron Pit, look at those places as the major objective points for Gravitas if they're going to pick their team fight battles. Order with a bit more variability, they can do it as they like.
They can indeed. So as we get ourselves loaded on into this game, we have one of the managers here from Gravitas alongside us. What do you think about this pick and ban phase so far? Are you happy with the composition that you've been able to unlock?
We're definitely happy with it. It's kind of what we've been practicing a lot of as well. And they kind of drafted the way we expected as well. Yep. So really now it just comes down to execution.
We talked a little bit before about an identity for Gravitas. Is there any clear direction as to where you're going to?
Mid-jungle. Definitely mid-jungle. Like, that's kind of the narrative that I see a lot of people talking about coming to the split as well. We're playing around Prayless. And to an extent, that's pretty true. So we got to see what our mid-jungle can do here today.
So talk to me about this roster that you guys have put together. Where did you find these players, first of all?
So a lot of them did come from Summoner Society, and the main team that we did have coming into this split is looking for new upcoming talent. So this is, you can kind of say it's a rebuilding split, but mostly I think of it as like a chance for us to scout out new players as well. We have a couple of subs sitting on the roster as well that we are excited to have a chance to try out, but this is what we're going for the first game.
And with those subs, they are looking to get game time. They're not just going to get
definitely.
So it will be a rotating roster.
Definitely, yeah.
Awesome.
Brings some exciting times for some players to maybe flex different rosters or different champion picks. I know you've got a fairly big roster in that regard, but what was the overall emotion, obviously, them being a bunch of rookies coming into this one? Is there a degree of calmness that we sort of highlighted from Prayless, or is there a fair bit of anxiety, I suppose, going into this one?
Surprisingly, the guys are all pretty chill, considering that most of them are new players. I would say a lot of that comes down to the team environment. A lot of that does stem from Prayless as well. They're normally pretty chill in general. Yep. So no one's really too nervous coming to this, which is exciting. It's fun to see rookies not be too anxious on stage, but we'll have to see how it plays out once they're actually in game.
Of course. And let's just give us one thing to look for in this game. Where is it that your team, with the draft that you've got, want to beat their opponents?
Well, hopefully they run into us in a choke point.
That's what we're looking for as well with this ultimate. Thank you so much for joining us. Good
No
luck
worries.
for the game. We're going to crack on with this one here, Rusty. Gravitas taking on Order. Gravitas with an idea, as highlighted before, that they're going all around mid and jungle. That's where they really want to make sure that the storm rides the ship rides the storm and gets the job done.
Yeah, so one of the players that you have to look at here from Gravitas, we haven't spoken about the individuals, the rookies, too much. What I was told, Puma's a player to watch. Okay. So it's interesting that they have gone for the identity of mid. Oh, hang on.
We're going to actually be able to watch him because K-pop gets taken on out, and all the Korean fans out there might be a little bit sad with their Spotify playlist, but regardless, 2.5 minutes into this one, the music stops.
So don't mention the word twice. You'll have fans come in spamming gifts randomly on things that don't matter. Anyway, they get the first blood down in bot lane only. Just a really nice gank. He actually starts himself solo on the enemy jungle. So once again, starting the game up a little bit different, pressuring. And that's the key word here, pressure. That's what they're going to apply to Gravitas. That pressure will not relent if only is able to have his way. However, Prayless hovering in the wings, ensuring that Puma is just going to get this farm. And now, he is looking, but he's been spotted.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely hovering around there to make sure that Puma could play aggressively and get that CS and not feel like he was going to get too zoned out from that situation. Right, he's actually going to come on through. He's actually going to make sure that that wave gets pushed on in, give that time for them to potentially reset or even just hover around. But we are going to see a heavy, heavy presence here in the bottom lane as Only is still hanging around with double buff. Maybe looking at contesting the scuttle as they go for a pincer maneuver.
They might actually look for the flight. Prayless just ticks level 4 and flashes away. They're looking.
They are indeed. The flash, the exhaust to try and chuck this one on down. The red buff is going to do so much work as they deny Prayless only flashing across the wall. He does not flash, he does not fail that one, I should say. That's a common spot to make mistakes, but he gets on out of harm's way, and before 4 minutes, we've got 2 kills.
Yeah, gets himself to safety. The artist formerly known as Dream is able to use the heal and make sure that he stays alive, and the shield was there as well. So in the end, Order, they get the kill once again. It was a fight on their terms. The pressure continues. Anything you do, Gravitas, will be there, and we will beat you at it.
Is that what he's known as now? The artist?
I mean, I just made that up.
You've made that up on the spot. I like it. Maybe he's going to coin that as his new term. Artist 777? Who knows?
I'm good with the artist formerly known as Dream. I don't think we need a third name change for him. I think one's too many.
Maybe you're right. We'll
I just really liked Dream.
It seems that it's just trying to make our job harder to say Rare 7. Is maybe that the...
He's feeling Clear Love inspired. No, I believe it has a reason to do with his time spent in Korean solo queue, but we'll see. We'll learn soon.
We'll leave that one for another time as the cannon comes on out. The root will land. The flamethrower doing work right now. Ayla is looking to try and make things happen. He doesn't have that frost stack applied just yet. Will now connect onto K-pop. One more order to do the job there. Just putting out so much CC. It is literally disgusting right now, Rusty. One more order would have done it. Ayla gets it. The smash, the jump, the disengage. And across the other side of the map in top lane, Olaf finds Retribution.
Just hits him with the Q. Puma right now definitely going to be struggling to stay under this turret with the pressure from the flamethrower that Rare 7 is throwing out. If Braum hits the Q, he's got the door as well to survive. So the threat was there, but they'll back away after a really nice double up from Puma. Actually pushes Rare 7 below that health value that he wants to comfortably pressure at. But another kill scene. It's a Zyra going 0-2. And if you're Zyra, and you're not starting the game 2-0, and you started 0-2 instead, very hard to come back into it and be a Zyra, because you are just a walking kill.
You really are. At that stage, you're a withered plant, to say the least. The fact that Aphelios has gone for the Doran shield early on, he was expecting a lot of poke, he was expecting to be in trouble, but he's the one that is in the driving seat right now. Bot lane is so far ahead, and only, obviously, 3-1 himself, doing what Lee Sin does in the early game.
Sorry, you just called him a withered plant, and all I could think of is K-pop is a sun-dried tomato. Just trying to play League of Legends.
Need to find some Korean snacks.
I went that way.
Just derailed the whole commentary. I just love these names. It just adds so much flair to the broadcast.
K-pop definitely struggling in bot lane, but it also means that once again, Order will get priority of that lane and be able to leave the lane itself. We will see a lot of action continuing to happen top lane. There's really nice interactions for an Ornn against a Mordekaiser. He can't pull you in with his core.
Yep.
You just stand there and spit fire.
Yep.
So pretty good matchup as far as the lane goes early. Mordekaiser, like mentioned in the last game, still a Mordekaiser, however, so it doesn't change too much.
Regardless of the situation, it's a 7-second stun. That will always find value, and if it finds more, then hey, presto, you're finding yourself in a good spot. Now that's fantastic by Harry to get the lane pressure pushed on in. Now he can freely rotate on down. Vision is there.
My man's is 23 CS up already at 6 minutes, and he was roaming to the gank that happened in bot lane.
He's a happy man.
He's having a real good time on Summoner's Rift.
He's getting the job done right now because that river is lit up red. There is not a blue ward that I can find. Preless hanging in the shrubs. No vision, no chance. K-pop getting spotted on out, but he is there if need be.
This will just probably be a smite steal battle. Only is just going to be hunting. He has to do this blind, however.
Only looking for... Oh, the Sonic Wave doesn't connect. It's going to be the smite that does deny it. Preless holding his breath for maybe one too many seconds there as he does manage to secure his red buff. But once again, Order just commanding this river. It is theirs. Scuttle, Dragon, Control Wards, it's all lit up red.
Yeah, no Dragon for 4 minutes, however, so they'll just have control of the area. It is a Silk Road where Ayla is free to move and only getting closer to that level 6 point. Just a little bit behind Preless after getting that red buff. Of course, Preless ticks over. But he'll get there pretty quickly, only having the Tiamat build. But just above where Only is right now on your screen is a wandering Brolaf, taking camps away while he can.
Has the Unstoppable available if he wants to go in with Ragnarok to try and make something happen right now. Out comes the Elemental, looking for the knock-up, the Smite, as well as the Flash to juke things out, so resources were burnt.
And it looks like, with Swiper's Flash, he dodged the Olaf Axe and the Ornn ultimate. So a tragedy of timing there from Gravitas. That Axe would have been really nice to follow up after the Flash was used to go for those kills. But nevertheless, he's able to walk it out. Swiper, a little bit worse for where his health goes. But Order still with priority and members on this side of the map, just looking towards the objective.
Yep, they're reading Gravitas like a book right now. They're saying, well, if you're putting resources up there, then this means a neutral is available for us, Dragon as well as a Rift Herald, and we can look to find a fair bit of value with this one. So, coming up to 9 minutes into this one, a healthy 2k goal lead so far here with 4 kills to 1, and it's been Order's game so far.
It definitely has been started super early with the red buff stealing. You can see how that has trickled on to the rest of the game state thus far. It's a 2,000 gold lead for them 9 minutes in. It is only the Infernal that was taken by them, so once again a 4% AP and AD buff. Not significant this early into the game by any means. You start to look towards the items more than anything else. When they start to get completed, things really start to shift. However, we mentioned this a couple times now, they're already set up in a 1-3-1. They were already prepared for that.
They were ready to rotate. It's obviously putting Gravitas on the back foot. Speaking of builds and getting those items completed, we are going to see Puma sticking for the triple Doran's Blades. They're going to delay that rather heavily as he's falling behind what is only a Warhammer as well as a BF sword. So combining that with the likes of cloth armor and boots, Rare 7 finds himself in a fairly strong situation.
Yeah, it definitely is. He is in a very good spot. We can see the gold values now between all of the members. There is an advantage everywhere except for top lane, but it's an Ornn and a Mordekaiser, so you'd be very happy with an even lane up there. And really that's just the state of the game, right? There's no one person that's super fed, even though it's 3 kills onto only. Across the board, there's been the CS advantages, the kills, the pressure, the constant application of looking for turrets, getting damage down, and now they've also got the Rift Herald that they could use, and they have to use it quickly, just FYI. The first Rift Herald now with the changes. I think it's about 45 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to respawn up again for that sneaky second one that you may be able to achieve as Brittle gets angry in the top lane there. Does such a chunk to your HP as Swiper forced to pop out that shield and make sure he doesn't bite off more than he can chew. But he is getting bullied, but he's not been taken out of the lane. That's the biggest takeaway from this one. It is fairly even for the most part. There is a flash route coming out there from K-Pop. He's going to try and make something happen. They want to take down Rare 7. He has gone golden. He has jumped away. He has survived. He has been taken out. Praelis getting angry. The roots, they're withered. They're up in the air, but they're not dancing like K-pop stars. They're dancing like dead, what did you say, dead prunes?
Sun-dried tomatoes.
Sun-dried tomatoes. That's what they're looking like. They're just a splat on the floor.
You had to bring that one back. Thank you very much. But yes, Rare 7 goes down. He was being a little bit adventurous with his positioning, looking towards the top side of mid lane. 3 people able to collapse as they find him. Ayla desperately flashing towards his AD carry, trying to keep him alive during the duration of the stopwatch. But he still goes down, and here we go again. Swiper in trouble.
Round 2. This time they're going to look for it. Instantly the Death Room comes out to make sure it's a 1v1 before Praelis can sort of jump into that fight.
He's committing to this
full
fight.
Conqueror. He is definitely committing to this one. He's going to try and juke out as many brittle stacks as possible. The shield coming out. He's bought a lot of time, but the person that joins the fight is Gravitas. It was going to be a 3-for-1. Nobody from Order there to help. They are all preoccupied with this Rift Herald.
Yeah, Swiper deciding on the whim, of course. He doesn't think he'll get out alive, even if he tries to run away during the Mordekaiser ultimate. So just looks to try and get as much damage as he can. Maybe get the trade off. Rift Herald was about to expire, so they get the opportunity to summon it in mid. Just nice timing here from Order, considering what was happening top lane. But Swiper does.
Not all doom and gloom, those things are considered. They do stick around in the top lane, but the timing isn't ideal because the Dragon has spawned and only like that is already there. His eye is on the time. He's ready to start things out here. Going to take that one solo, allow the members, as you say, with this 1-3-1 split to continue with Mord in the top, Harry in the bottom, and just accentuate this gold lead.
Definitely will. Oh, Hayri. Oh no, that's the other Hayri. He's alive. Barely though. Beats putting down a lot of pressure towards him. So while the Dragon dies, there is a forced recall from Hayri. He won't complain in the end as he does survive. Flash being missing, he's still a love bomb. So not too bad in the end, but nice little look in there from Beats, getting his eye in on a good trade. And starting to see, I'd say it's a bit of a mid-game resurgence here from Gravitas overall. They are still fighting in this game. They're definitely not out of it, even with the lead that Order had early.
Yeah, it's definitely far from over. They've had a lot of promising moments at this early start to the game. Obviously only 13 minutes into this one. 3 kills to 4, and the gold lead isn't out of proportion, so there's definitely the potential just for one decisive team fight, an objective to contest. Bear in mind, Kiana can absolutely go huge.
there is a couple of things to consider in that, right? One is that Gravitas staff, they said mid-jungle.
Yep.
That's the place they have to look at. But then the way Order are playing on Summoner's Rift is taking apart the mid-jungle duo by going for the 1-3-1. So that's innately going to go against the grain for what Gravitas were hoping to achieve. They still want him there for team fights. That's the place you'll be looking at now. Try and find the corridors, find the team fights. But in the meantime, they've been able to use Nobody, the Ornn in top lane, to get those engages off. They've found a place where there is a weakness in Order by draft, by play, whatever it may be, and they're trying to hit that weakness really hard with the Olaf being up there, and it's working for them. There's now a 3-1 Olaf.
Is indeed. Glacial Fissure in the mid lane. Instantly a teleport response. It is just so much damage as Rare 7 does take out K-pop, but it's going to be a 2-for-1 so far. Olaf is the one that gets the damage done, but he's going to be the one that bites off maybe a little bit more than he can chew. Swiper wants to get the job done. He wants revenge onto Nobody. Supreme display of talent, really just preventing Harry from jumping on in. The distortion, the damage, can he get him? Yes, he can. That is 2 stacks for his Dark Seal. And Order, well, they're not happy with Rare 7 dying, that's for sure.
They get the numbers there first, they get the numbers there faster, and yes, Rare 7 does die, but they already got the trade before his death. And you take that. When the entirety of your team is ahead of their respective opponents, 1-for-1, that's okay. You still have a really strong 4v4 remaining afterwards. So basically the fight resolves through that manner. You've got a 4-1 jungler. Hayri getting his first kills, getting his eye in as well. Very important stuff here from Order, the boys from Melbourne. The only boys from Melbourne now.
The only boys from Melbourne, except for our truly on the couch, who I wish he was kind of sitting behind us right now. He could have been like, you know, that proud dad chewing away as we talk these boys up.
You haven't seen Spawn during Order games then.
Trying to paint him in a positive light.
Proud dad.
Proud dad. It sounds good.
I like anxious uncle.
Molding man.
Molding man.
Is that one?
You can claim Molding Man. I'm not having a piece of that play.
He's going to come in and bot me, eh? Like, I'm done. I'm so done for after this game. Regardless, we'll carry on with this one for the meantime. Dragon will be up in the next minute or so. And we will be looking at, I suppose, really on Swiper. He's, for the most part, been a glorified Death Realm duty man. It seems that obviously working towards, or has already accomplished that Leandries, will be able to put out a little bit of damage, but mainly looking to try and take out a key crucial target.
It looks like the Rift Herald, while it was started by Gravitas, was immediately responded to from Order. Only puts the ward in, they rotate, they get up there and they try and pressure it, and it's just stopped. They're able to halt it in its tracks as Zyra's throwing an ultimate down as it's apparent. Oh, hang on. He's dead.
He is dead. Yep, Olaf had enough of that, and he flexed that he is the Supreme Jungler when they were both even. Now he is at 5-2.
Whoever gets the jump in that jungle 1v1 that definitely has the best time of it. So, and only finds himself a Praelist, and in that battle of axes, there's only one person with axes, so they're going to win that battle. Gee, that was clever by B, wasn't it? Totally intended that. Not awkward.
I just let it happen. I let it sink in for a little bit. As your brain clicks on and goes, what did I just say?
Always fun. Does that every day.
That's life. Isn't it fun? That's a Rift Herald picked up there by Gravitas, the first for them. And evens out the objective addition of such. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He face-checked in.
Yeah, that's the Ocean Dragon for you. Ocean Rift comes to life, and Olaf finds himself a bush to camp in. Looks like the Herald has been summoned very quickly. Geraldine the second will just come in and blast the turret.
Geraldine?
Yeah, it's her full name.
I like that.
Geraldine the Herald. Dean.
The second.
That was the second, yeah. Or it could be Geraldine Jr., I suppose. I don't know.
These names are golden. Regardless, Drake is up and say next 15. Once again, Order on time. They got that stopwatch working overtime. Always in the right place at the right time. This only gets a little bit creative there, jumping all across like it's a trampoline. Going to pick themselves up the third Drake, so a heavy, heavy priority for them on achieving both souls and also trying to unlock the Elder Drake as early as possible.
Yeah, definitely. So 3 Drakes in for Order, very comfortable position. Ocean Dragon makes it almost impossible to deal with a 1-3-1 from Order, so I'm fully on board with them going towards this play and looking towards that play style. And that's the big thing that we have to highlight here, right? I mentioned it might be something they want to do, and this is just because of the inclinations of Hayri as a player. So it's something that you'd expect to see from them. However, if Praylist is 2 fed, they can look for the team fights in mid lane. So right now you've got a 1 that can be fine by himself in Swiper, a 1 that's pretty strong in Hayri and will be in a pretty comfortable position overall. And then you've got the 3. It's a Lee Sin, an Aphelios, and a Braum. Not very mobile. The Aphelios, who is the one person that needs to stay alive at all times. And there's an Olaf who you can't kick away. So it's not the easiest 3 to play right now. But with that Ocean Dragon, it becomes a little bit easier.
Give themselves the tools to flawlessly execute the strategy that they've done for the majority of this game so far. And they're not taking too many risks when it comes to going out and hunting in the wilderness. Let's just say that Gravitas are the ones in the driving seat trying to really catch out members, maybe on those rotations or when they're desperately farming away. But Order, like a well-organized regiment, sticking to the plan.
There's just, I didn't mention this earlier, but there's just so many swords on Puma. He just has a crazy amount of swords and reavers and pickaxes.
Yeah.
So now he's just holding all those
He's
items.
the weapon master.
Nice little steal there.
Aphelios Jr.
But that to me is like, it's good and bad. It's a nice item. It's very efficient to stack them at the moment, but you just don't have control wards for it, you know?
No.
Now that he's got brown bags that he's wearing instead of full boots, there's no wards. You need those.
Do need those. Oh! Beat's getting completely juked out there, forced to burn his ultimate. Now we're going to see a 1v1 take place in the bottom of the jungle. It's going to look to be the slap that comes on down, but he flashes, followed by a second flash. The Order boys need some backup because Swiper needs to be saved. Bullet time coming on out. He's doing whatever he can. The pistol, the damage. Aphelios getting the work on done. Ada looking for more. That's going to be the knockout. They're going to say you cannot get knocked away, but maybe you can. As Harry chases on through. Well, he got roundhouse kicked away and then he hit a bramble bush and said, well, double time and double goodbye. And
Puma's just going to walk back to base all the way. He's not going to press base. He's not going to press B and wait or, you know, run the risk of someone from Order being there. At the end of the day, they get the team fight victory. They're going to look towards the mid lane outer turret and take that one down. Their gold lead starts to grow. All expected results here coming out of Order with the early leads that they had. Just a couple of little mechanical mistakes in there, it felt like. Harry probably had the opportunity for a kill onto Puma, but presses his W a second time and doesn't actually get the one that he's after. At the end of the day, still good.
Still good in the gold department as well. 4K lead, and that can be, I suppose, broken down into healthy CS advantages, be it anywhere from 30 CS to even 10. So every lane, every position doing their job and exhibiting their abilities, their veteran status, if you will, their comfort working with one another as a 5-man unit. And they'll be definitely playing around at that 4th and final dragon that is to spawn before the Elder gets amongst it. And really get themselves all the regeneration to make this 1-3-1 split just so cantankerous to deal with.
It's not a great day to be Zyra, is all I will say. I've said it before, but I'm just going to reiterate that one right now. 0-3-2 goes towards the standard Zyra itemization, which is damage, but fragile.
Incredibly.
Very fragile, and all it really takes if a team fight happens is for Res Evan to throw out his ultimate, and it almost one-hits her. That's where we're at.
Yeah, no time to really sort of lay siege, set things up, get your plants out, and min-max some enraged plants with the ultimate unveil.
Calm before the storm here, however. 55 seconds until the 4th dragon, potentially 4 Order spawns. They're on Soul Point.
Soul Point they are. Going to start to see some Ornn upgrades take place. First with Ornn himself with the Abyssal Mask. So the longer this game can go on, the more Gravitas can get beefed up in the engineer shop, if you will. But we're going to see the calm before the storm, as you say, counting down to 30 seconds, ensuring that every lane, specifically mid lane, is pushed on in to get them a fair chance.
Kiana starts to come over as well, so no teleport users in top lane, no side lane pressure to be seen through those means. Swiper already here. Swiper looking for those picks, all of Order looking for those picks, and they've found one.
The Omu's getting popped very early on as it seems to be just a 1v4 situation. Beats walks into a brush, Beats dashes away out of the brush as Moonlight Vigil comes across. It's just not enough to secure the kill, but it will zone him out. It will force a re-kill. And they say that's all we need really at this point in time because that Dragon Soul is ours.
That's it. You know, you've got no health on Praylist. He's able to regenerate after the recall. Beats has to go back to base as well. You're not going to take the 3v5 if you were Gravitas whatsoever. Maybe a look at a steal could have been okay from something like an Ornn ultimate, but then you've got the Braum to counter it, right? So there was just no opportunity, no chance. Soul belongs to Order, and now the map belongs to them.
Does indeed. The Soul being incredibly strong for that split push potential for multiple reasons, really. For sieging, for split pushing, just the ability to constantly regen whenever you're taking damage. Makes it rather hard for Gravitas to stick around in long, extended fights. And now for them, they need to try and find some advantage, be it a pick or even just a desperate Baron play.
Well, they've gone out very early here. Gravitas, Praelus works with his mid laner or with his support in this case as well. Get some vision around the Baron pit. They definitely don't want to allow a free Baron to go across, and they get there nice and early. So good decision. Good little map movement from them off the reset. But it doesn't mean that they can stop it from happening. All it does is buy time to get another reset off, to get more vision, and make it harder for Order to play that dance, to play that game of vision control. You can also see that control ward just behind Order that they haven't checked yet. That's a teleport ward if ever I've seen one.
That is indeed, and it's going to be ideal for nobody trying to force out a flank. Need to see Gravitas continue to keep vision up around that place because their composition does fantastic in small choke spots, and that could be the turning point to try and turn this game into their favor as Order continue the siege, continue the destruction. Every single outer is gone. They are working towards match point.
And Swiper will just chat it up and defend this mid lane turret. No one can stop the Mordekaiser from being here. He's just going to clear the way. If you try and stop the Mordekaiser, he's just going to ult one of you and he's going to kill you. So they back away.
This is dangerous right now. Order on the flank. Harry jumping on in. He's going to look to try and take out K-pop instantly with a slap tickle and a bang. Rare 7 is there as Ayla pops up the wall. Out comes the Elemental. They want to make things happen. That's going to be the bullet time. The response is great from Rare 7. He says goodbye, K-pop. He says goodbye, nobody. They're chasing on through. Kiana doing whatever she can with the Rift itself. She's getting explosive. She's getting aggressive. David Attenborough, eat your heart out, but it's just not enough. Order, stay strong in mid lane.
Almost the highlight reel kick there from Only. Looks towards the montage moment, but doesn't quite find it. He'll trade the 1-for-1 overall. Not too bad in the end. And that is the result of the team fight, really. Just a 1-for-1. 2 dead, I will say, from the side of Gravitas. I genuinely just forget to count Zyra when she's this behind as a champion, so that's my bad.
A glorified minion for you at this stage, is he?
But still, control belongs to Order. You know, you look at the end result of the team fight, it was probably best case scenario for Gravitas hitting their buttons and getting those executions. One, the door's not available from Ayla, so he can't stop the Ornn ultimate. He actually does get the second part of the charge off as well. So they start the fight off, get the misfortune to follow that one in illiterate with damage, but they're just pushed away. And of course, this kick was really close to hitting 4 of them and being something incredible. Just a little bit off.
Definitely got to set things up to be a bit of a different scenario, but regardless, they'll be happy with that trade because they still command the map itself. The gold lead has never really shied away from where it's bounced at from now, and Swiper with teleport handy is going to exhibit what top laners do, and that's split push.
Yeah, and he's having a really good go of it right now. You know, it starts off to be a little bit rough against the likes of the Ornn, but once you get your items, you get yourself into a very good position. He's gone for the Leandra's Rush, as you should. And from that moment, you saw him able to successfully 1v1 the Ornn. So that will continue. He'll continue to sit in the side lane, and now he can win the 1v1. Hayri can win the 1v1 as well quite easily. It's a very fragile Kiana, so as long as LeBlanc gets the jump, he'll just one-hit him. And now we're in that position. The position that Order want to be in.
The main priority seems to be, for now, making sure that there is not a single ward here for Gravitas. Any sneaky turnaround teleport potential that nobody could find. That control ward that was singing that shot beforehand has been spotted out, and the sweepers have been coming out thick and fast, all pretty much on cooldown right now, so there's no real ability for nobody to find that value, and as a result, he has been forced to move to the mid lane to try and make something happen. The Baron is still down to 4k. They may look to make this one happen. This might be Gravitas' best chance to try to turn things around. Harry gets in front. He makes something happen to Beats, taking him out very early as Gravitas' very own Puma does damage before the bullet time comes in. It looks showy, but it did little to nothing. Baron is regenerating, and that might be enough to stem the bleeding and prevent Order from taking that one home.
I mean, who's going to stop Hayri right now is the only concern that they've got Gravitas.
Praelus goes gold, and the root is there to damage to follow the team to get amongst it. Only doing whatever he can. He kicks, he sonic waves, he claps. Puma is gone. That's a double kill to his name. He smited him like a minion, and that's a minion right there in K-pop Zyra because he has been taking a beating. under the tower, in the lane, wherever you see him, he's gone insane.
And they are able to disengage here. Ocean Dragon doing a lot of work for Order. That Soul has been nasty for keeping the health values high in that team fight. A lot of clutch little individual plays there. You saw some really good play coming out of Only on that Lee Sin. And Hayri is just a menace. He's just a real pain to deal with right now. And unfortunately for Gravitas, they used everything to try and get those engages off at the Baron to stop Order. And so they're able to continue to poke at them, just to pick at them and find those opportunities.
Harry was walking around this place like he was the CEO, like he owned this building on his own, not a care in the world.
And he got cancelled a couple times as well, trying to dash. You know, that was the first one of a couple. And through this moment, you know, eyes go towards Only able to get the kill, just sneaks through there. Gets himself the double. Meanwhile, Hayri has just been regenerated. I mean, just look at all the plus 46s and 30s that you're getting from them during this. He gets up to full health from almost dead. And we're going again.
We're going back again. Highlight reel or not, we're looking for more. We want more montages, more clips to post on social media. But they are going to disengage. It's going to be the Elder Drake. This time that is in play. And that's why Order are here. They've been here every single time. They love dragons. And so do we.
Gravitas need to get into the area. Braum wastes the door that nobody has an opportunity to engage as well if he wants. But he's already low. This is really difficult for Gravitas to do a thing.
Ultimates are available, but flashes are limited to say the least. Moonlight Vigil not going to find very much at all. That's going to be the Moonlight, that's going to be the knock-up, and that's going to be the final kill that they need. That's going to be Beats getting one on the board for himself, one one-on-one. Swiper doing damage before Puma takes him on out. They're going to look to try and find more if they can. They prevent the Elder Drake being taken. And much like the Baron, that has to be the major talking point.
And they kill the jungler above all else. Somehow, some way, Beats finds himself in the pit next to the dragon. Once again, the Ocean Dragon provides pushes everywhere, and they utilize it effectively. So Gravitas keep themselves in the game. They prevent the Elder Dragon from going. They get the team fight before the fact. And even though their health bars were very low at the end of this team fight, you don't want to risk going for the dragon. So we'll see the fight here. Beats is snuck in. And Ornn throws the ult out. You're like, that's a weird position, isn't it? If you're Only and then suddenly you're just dead. Because there was a Kiana there all along, surprise. And unfortunately, Swiper, well, he gets the ult off and he looks like he's doing pretty well for himself. He kills nobody. He was just destined to die after that point.
The strength of Gravitas' comp now sort of showcasing its fruition on two separate occasions around both the most valuable objectives at this stage of the game. We're talking 30 minutes into this one. Barons and Elder Drakes. So incredibly strong for sieging, for killing, for getting the job done. And Harry once again mobilizing his incredible strength.
I don't know about this one, nobody. You might want to get out of there. Good man. Pressure's still very much in place by Order. They've got the vision. They can command control of the river itself. Sitting back just behind that river is Gravitas, waiting for Order to make a move so that they can respond. They know it's a teamfight composition. Get them into the choke points. Utilize the pit with a Kiana ultimate, with an Ornn ultimate. Suddenly you have a chance, even though you're 5,000 gold behind. That's all they're waiting for, is for Order to make a mistake.
Side lanes are still pushing for Order right now, so they're quite happy to stick around for this as long as possible. Swiper finds himself in a 1v5 situation. Very early ultimate for him to try and make sure that he doesn't get taken out that quickly. K pops the focus, he goes golden, he goes down, a double stun against the wall. Bullet time finding a lot of value right there. Can they find more? Puma gets one, and Philios trades things around. He gets a double. It's going to be a battle of the ADCs as they do damage left, right, and center. Puma's so far back as Harry and Only chase him down like angry men on a Saturday night out. They get the job done. Now they find nobody, and they want to make him a nobody as they chase him on down. 4 members of Order. They lay down the law. And well, Rossi, they do the damage.
They definitely do. Ripsnort are there from the side of Order. They're able to get the team fight victory. Pushed forwards towards the bottom lane straight afterwards as well. Very comfortable team fight win in the end. But it still started good from Gravitas. And that's the thing you have to look at here for them. They have the comp to do it. They use their buttons, but then they keep going. And the biggest mistake, and you'll see it from replays, is that they choose to keep going. They should have just taken the trade, use the dragon more aggressively once again. Get your ultimate cooldown back up and try and just stop Order from getting it in the meantime. Should be the game plan here. And unfortunately for them, that over-chase, that overreach, allows the mobility of Order to just clap Puma in the back.
That they do. Now they find themselves with an Elder Drake as we get ourselves a quick review of how this one all went down. A lot of ultimates very early on being bought out here, and that's what really starts things off so well.
Yeah, and you see Kiana goes forward, hits the ultimate. Orn wants to follow up afterwards as well, but doesn't throw the ultimate for a very long time, I think it's fair to say. And by the time he threw this and Praylist flashes forward, they should have been running the other way. Just plain and simple, too much health there from the side of Order. Ocean Soul's ridiculous for the health returns that they've been getting during the duration of this team fight. And it's just a little bit of an overexertion, and suddenly Order just catch you, no hesitation, no delay whatsoever. That's the experience of the members coming through.
But there's a lot of great talking points to take away from this one, something that can definitely be refined as the weeks and days go by. But right now, all eyes are on Order that find themselves in a lead that's starting to creep up to the 10k gold. A situation where you find yourself thinking, how do they possibly lose this one? Elder Drake, with the aggression they have, the fact that Harry can get in there, and same for Only in Rare 7. If they do damage, Elder will do the rest.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've got an Ocean Soul with an Elder Dragon on top of that. It'd be kind of bonkers for you guys to sit there and poke your opponents down, especially with someone like a Philios and a Mordekaiser on your team. This Baron is going to be absolutely annihilated with all of the damage that Order are able to put out. So that's just dead to rights. No contest available once again. And they're just a powerhouse running around on Summoner's Rift right now.
You can see that Gravitas were going for the jungle check to see if maybe one straggler.
What they were doing is they picked a bush. When you're losing, like really losing,
You really hope.
your opponent's got an Elder, you know they're going to go to Baron. What you do is you ping a bush. You know, this is the bush. No one should come to this bush. But if they do, it'll be one person, and they are so dead.
Yep.
And that's great. That's real good for us. But no one was ever going to go to that bush.
They were disciplined in their attempts, but the discipline didn't pay off in this situation. We are now looking at Order taking their very first inhibitor of the game, starting off here in the top lane.
Gee, it's a good day to be a Zyra, isn't it? Gee, it's a great day to be a Zyra, isn't it, everyone? He just got one tap by a Q-Ignite auto.
Nothing to say about that one, Rusty. Nothing to say at all. The first turret falling on down as we're working towards an inhibitor. Mid lane still being pushed on by Swiper. The aggression, the respect, and rightfully so. There are just so many buffs on this Order team right now. How do you stop them? A second inhibitor. We're working towards Nexus turrets right now. They are working for that GG screen.
Someone has to go eventually. They look for the engage right now, but it's not a good engage. They're in trouble.
Nobody's looking to chuck out the elemental at the very last second. He can't even redirect it. It looks like the light rail coming through Sydney. But what's good about that is it means that he will not survive. He gets taken on out. Puma joins him in the afterlife. Only 2 members survive the respawn K-pop. And Praylist to join in. They're going for the win. They're jumping into the Nexus. Smite me with your laser beams. We don't care. We want the win. And we will take it as we work our way onto this core. It is falling a bit slowly, but the minions, they get the job done.
And the big yell from Rare 7 there, the AD carry of Order as they get that victory. He's a hyphy player, loves himself a good win. The boys from Melbourne are able to do that and get themselves on the board very successfully in their first game of the OPL against Gravitas.
An incredibly strong performance on the opening day here for the OPL. Order get the win. And in a convincing fashion, so they had an idea, a strategy. The execution was flawless, and they were able to pick up as many buffs as were required to make sure that it was pretty slim chances of a return from Gravitas.
You can see them taking the photo now. Could I just say, what a handsome team.
Absolutely.
Probably the most handsome in the OPL.
The photogenic content team. That's what we'll claim them as.
Got to get the chairs out of the way. More space for the handsome Order members. I'm sorry, I'm just...
You're rambling on now.
Smart ass now. I'll stop.
But yeah, there you have it. Order taking out the victory on day number 1. We've got the boys back on the desk. Nick looking ever so lovely as always. So I'm going to throw it back to him.
It's just compliments to everyone. It's so nice.
There's a lot of love in the room.
It's true. Order. I mean, it was pretty definitive the entire time. There was a little touch and go there in the first half, but they did what we expected them to do.
Yeah, I think that coming into this game, Order obviously had a game plan, which was to split map. We talk about it a lot, but Maud's like really frustrating to play against as a jungler because as soon as he gets level 6, like it's just impossible to dive him, right? So Order obviously wanted to split map. They went into a 1-3-1 really early that game. But the game got weird when Praylist just picked up 6 kills and was like this unstoppable Olaf and made it really scary.
Yeah, and Gravitas also had a press R and run at your composition. So anytime Order got into a team fight against them, there was always that scenario where the wombo combo hits and Order just hits the floor and they win the team fight. And when Olaf picked up all those kills, it got even scarier because now he can dive into the backlines while they throw all the ultimates out. It almost happened a couple of times. I think most notably is around the Dragon fight where Swiper went forward on Mordekaiser and just died instantly, but never really hit that big combo to take down all 5 members of Order.
I'm getting trolled by people standing behind you. Come on, boys.
Just sit on the couches.
Come in here.
Just walk in.
Only I get yelled in front of walking cameras.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
You look like a young grandfather.
That's me.
That's you.
Hey, Ronan, just move the scarf a little bit to the other one. Yeah, thank you.
You can't turn it off, can you, Dad?
In case you guys couldn't see this.
Congratulations, both on joining Order and, of course, winning the match. Only I'll start with you. How are you finding the new team?
Yeah, it's good. Good vibe. Oh, is it actually? Is it working?
It's a microphone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Good vibes. I feel like I'm just playing with like some brothers as opposed to just teammates. And
Shade already.
We take those.
yeah, I mean, sometimes we int, sometimes we play well, but it's always good fun. So
I heard a rumor that you two are like
Oh no.
cutest couple os.
I don't know if this is suitable for broadcast, is it?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Romance?
Yeah, just like sharing Spotify songs. I'm all for it. I'm for that wholesome family team life.
More than just the Spotify songs.
Songs, dancing.
Sometimes
all of it.
YouTube.
Oh,
Sometimes
wow.
SoundCloud.
Oh, God. Tell you what,
go
don't mention TikTok on this broadcast. The chat will go insane.
I've been working on something like that.
Can I ask about the name change?
I kind of knew this question was coming.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you can.
Why?
I kind of wanted a fresh start. I think I got a very unique perspective last year on what it means to play with experienced players, non-experienced players, and I think I'm just growing up a little bit. So I thought this year I'm gonna go for a fresh name, fresh start, fresh mindset, and I'm gonna come in with a bang.
Am I allowed to call you Rare?
Absolutely, or Ronan, whichever works.
Can I call you Seven?
You know what? Yes, just you, no one else.
Can I call you Dream?
That's
No, that's too much.
it's starting to piss me off a little bit.
Calm
but
down,
everything
down.
else works.
Boys?
Why the 7? That I don't get.
So I used to play soccer in high school. I was a big soccer player, and I always got this number 7 jersey. So I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool. And then night 9, like I thought that was really cool. I thought I was being pretty cool, adding a 7. Maybe not, but hey, I like it, and I hope you guys do as well.
Look, we love it. We love it. Welcome, Rare. Anything you want to say to the boys?
I mean, first off, congratulations on the win. Well played.
Feels good.
What did you think when Ronan walked into 3 people in our jungle off mid lane wave, Jordan, and gave Olaf a little bit of a cheeky shutdown?
Be very careful with your response here.
It felt a little how you going, but I trust it. Ronan knew what he was doing, so maybe it was like a tactical int or like something like that. I don't know. We'll have to talk about it later.
Sometimes you got to make the game a bit more even,
Yeah, we might have to like listen to some sad music tonight and like discuss.
We'll vibe together.
Yeah, you guys
See what
can share the
happens.
song.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be fine. Fish, do you have anything you want to add?
I just feel a bit
Fish is
scared
so
sitting next to
confused.
Spawn because at any point in
What
time
do you
he's going
mean?
to take off the belt and be like, guys, what happened in that game?
No, that game was clean. We got a Baron, an Elder Dragon, like 4 dragons.
Very clean, squeaky clean.
Squeaky clean.
Squeaky clean. There you go. That's Order. Squeaky clean. Amongst the best of them. We'll be right back after this short break. Make sure you share that song on Twitter as well. So
Twitter.com/.
we can all get
Rare
sad after the
77s.
end of the broadcast. We'll
Follow
be
me
right
quick.
back after this.